From his office, with its vast panoramic windows, Father Joseph gazed out at the silent immensity of the stellar void. Blackern Station, suspended between two solar systems, stood as a motionless sanctuary in the tumult of the Milky Way, a crossroads of faith, knowledge, and commerce where starships docked before plunging once more into the infinite. Below, the docks bathed in light buzzed with quiet activity. The Charles Upham, a diplomatic cruiser from Nehelenia, was making its final preparations. Not far away, the Kali Sara, majestic and vibrantly painted, was preparing to resume its journey toward the stars. The Romani community that piloted it, eternal wanderers, had made a brief stop at Blackern to trade news and rare goods with the monks of the Order of the Friars Minor. Now they departed once more, faithful to their cosmic nomadic destiny. Father Joseph's gaze lingered on the silhouette of the ship. Its departure stirred something deep within him, an old echo. He understood exiles, he who had traveled across centuries and empires, torn from his own time and transposed by the mysteries of Providence into this interstellar age. Once the gray eminence behind Cardinal Richelieu, he had served France in the shadow of thrones. Born into a world of black velvet and whispers, discreet poisons and coded letters, he now found himself a patriarch among the stars. He had not changed. His robe was still the shape of a Franciscan habit, and his soul remained that of a strategist, a watcher, a man whose faith had been forged in the fire of intrigue and loyalty. He had experienced exile not as a loss, but as a calling. One does not cross the ages without shedding layers. He had left behind the France of the Bourbons, the corridors of the Louvre, the alcoves of Rome. Now he walked the smooth halls of Blackern with the same solemnity as he once walked those of the Palais Cardinal. The first lights of Vespers flickered on in the central nave. Soon, monastic Gregorian chants would rise into space, carried by human voices unfiltered by technology. A millennia-old liturgy aboard an orbital station, a miracle of continuity in this universe. He turned slowly, casting one last glance toward the Kali Sara. These travelers were heading far, but they would return. The nomads always returned. Father Joseph knew it, because he knew how to listen to the invisible cycles of history. They repeated, even in the interstellar void. He adjusted his habit and left his office, his measured footsteps echoing against polished tiles. It was time to pray. Not out of habit, but out of conviction. For in this universe where even the stars felt foreign, only faith could still weave meaning. The silence of the void would enfold them all. But faith would never fall silent. It would speak in the solar wind, in the corridors of ships, in the hearts of those who, like him, still carried the memory of ancient kingdoms. When faith and exile meet in the vastness of the stars, when travelers carry within them the weight of centuries and forgotten realms, the shadow of princes. Chronicles of the Red Kings, Tome 1. The destiny of kings, the exiles with burning hearts, and the ageless struggles where humankind dares to defy its fate. A novel now available on Amazon.